Okay, we will call to order the regular meeting of the Batavia City Council for Tuesday, September 6, 2022. And we are very pleased to see the size of the crowd here tonight, given some of the things that are on our agenda. We are going to ask that you all please rise for a brief invocation to be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Tonight, as always, the City Council is here to do what they feel is in their best interest of the community of Batavia as we move forward into another kind of an exciting year with all kinds of new ideas and new businesses and new things happening in town. And we are ever mindful that tonight is specifically we are going to be seeing a changing of the guard and the swearing in of some new leadership in the Batavia Police Department. And we just ask that a special prayer of guidance be given to each and every one of these men as they go about their vital mission, because the record of the Batavia Police Department for a number of decades now has been just extraordinarily good, and I'm sure it will continue under the new leadership, but we just ask that a special blessing be showered on them. Given what we see on a day-to-day basis, is all the challenges and all the ideas and all the objections and everything that everybody wants to throw in the face of the police. We are so blessed to have those that we have with us to make sure that we do this all the right way for the right reasons. So we just ask for that blessing tonight. Tonight, we also ask for the City Council to have vision and guidance as they act on the items of business before us, knowing that in their hearts and minds of each and every one of them, they are here to do what is in the very best interest of Batavia, both for today and in the future. And finally, we just ask that a special blessing be showered upon those from our community who are either suffering or are infirmed or are having a health crisis. And we just ask that a special blessing be showered upon our residents and that they be made put on a healthy road as we go forward from today. We ask for all these blessings. Amen. Alderman Connolly, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ask the city clerk to please call the roll.
Miller. Rosado.
Here.
Beck.
Here.
Connolly.
Here.
Chanzit.
Here.
Wolf.
Here.
Solfa.
Here.
Barron.
Here.
Lehman.
Here.
Ayazi.
Here.
Malay.
Here.
Ewer.
Here.
Saron.
Here.
Vogelsinger.
Here.
Second call, Miller. 13 of 14 present, Your Honor.
Very good. So we have the necessary quorum to conduct business. Switching a few microphones on here then. Okay. Item 4 is a reminder from myself to please speak into the microphone so that anything you say can be picked up and broadcast on BATV. We've had some problems previously where people get up and use the mic and think they're being heard, but then in the end they aren't. So we want to make sure that is everybody's advised to please use the microphone that you find in front of you at the podium or at the desk of the alderman. We're moving to item 5 then, items to be removed, added, or changed on tonight's agenda. Do we have anything from anybody? Seeing there are none, we'll move to item number 6, which is presentation of tonight's consent agenda. Alderman Chanzit, do you have that, please?
I do. Your Honor, the consent agenda reads as follows. To accept and place on file Planning Commission minutes for June 15th, July 6th, and July 18th of 2022, the July 2022 City Council Financial Report, the Batavia Fire Pension Fund 2021 Municipal Compliance Report, the Batavia Fire Pension Fund 2021 Actuarial Study, the Batavia Fire Pension Fund 2021 IDOI Actuarial Report, Batavia Fire Pension Fund 2022 Tax Levy Request, Batavia Police Pension Fund 2021 Municipal Compliance Report, Batavia Police Pension Fund 2021 Actuarial Study, Batavia Police Pension Fund 2022 Tax Levy Request. And for approvals, the August 19, 2022 payroll in the amount of $946,279.97, the September 2nd, 2022 payroll in the amount of $933,827.46, City Council minutes for August 15th, 2022, Ordinance 22-40, annexing properties on Hart Road, Meadow Drive, Sunset Drive. Resolution 22-85-R, authorizing purchase of one Sutphen fire engine pumper. Ordinance 22-41, amending Title 8, Chapter 1, Article B of the Municipal Code related to extension costs or electric fees. Resolution 22-90-R, authorizing budget amendment for transfer to the Building Capital Fund. Resolution 22-87-R, authorizing execution of a contract with EHC Industries, Inc. for the 2022 Interior Environmental Abatement Project. Resolution 22-88-R, authorizing the execution of an agreement with Train US, Inc., the City Hall Building Automation System Installation Project. And Resolution 22-89-R, rejecting bids for the 2022 City Hall Rooftop Fall Protection. Your Honor, I would move that we approve the consent agenda as read.
Alderman Chanson, I think that we just missed reading the accounts payable check register amount, if you wouldn't mind reading that as well.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
line K,
933H2746.
No, it's
$4 million.
$4,280,777.66.
Mine's blank.
Yeah, it's not printed on there, but it's online.
Oh, okay.
Any other
As
corrections
read.
or additions?
I'll make motion that, or he made the motion, I'll second it.
Moved by Alderman Chanson, second by Alderman Wolf for the approval of the consent agenda as presented. Any further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Chanzit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Solfa.
Aye.
Barron.
Aye.
Lehman.
Aye.
Ayazi.
Aye.
Malay.
Aye.
Ewer.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
Vogelsinger.
Aye.
Rosado.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
13 yes, no, 1 absent.
Motion's approved. Okay, moving to item 7, matters from the public for items not on the agenda. Do we have anybody this evening who wishes to address us for something that's not on the agenda? I guess not. All right, moving to item number 8, which is the administration of the oath of office to Sean Mazza to be the new chief of police of the city of Batavia. Laura, are you going to make some introductory remarks?
Yes, I would like to make introductory remarks. First, offering the greatest of thanks to the current police chief, Dan Ewell, who has served in that office for the last 5 years. We will be honoring him at our next city council meeting on September 19th. But I'm very happy to announce that Sean Mazza has been selected by Mayor Schilke and will be affirmed by the members of the City Council tonight for appointment to the office of Chief of Police for the Batavia Police Department. Sean joined the Batavia Police Department in 1999. He served in a variety of roles during his tenure, including patrol officer, field training officer, patrol officer in charge, detective OIC, sergeant, and detective sergeant. He also served as an investigator on the Kane County Major Crimes Task Force, and he's been extremely active as a volunteer for Special Olympics Illinois throughout his entire career. Sean has received numerous awards and decorations throughout his career. He was honorable mentioned for the Officer of the Year award in 2000 and then won the award outright in 2001. He was the recipient of the Chiefs Award in 2007 for his work with the Special Olympics. And in 2012, Sean was a finalist for the Louis Spuler Kane County Officer of the Year Award and ultimately awarded the department's life-saving medal for actions he took to save the life of a despondent subject who was threatening to kill himself with a knife. In 2017, Sean was selected for appointment to Deputy Police Chief. During his tenure in the police administration as deputy chief, he led both major divisions of the department, first serving as deputy chief of administration from June 17th to July 2021, where he had oversight authority over the department's records station and investigations unit. From July 2021 to present, Sean has been the department's chief of operations, having primary responsibility over the department's patrol division. Additionally, he was responsible for training management for the entire police department. Sean is a graduate of Naperville Central High School and holds a bachelor's degree from Arizona State University. Chief Mazza's appointment will be effective as of 5:00 p.m. on Monday, September 12th, 2022. And it is my great honor to wish Sean the greatest success in leading the Batavia Police Department into the future. And Mayor, if you will please.
I think there's a desire for some of the chief's family to be up here and be in the picture, so we certainly would like to do that. And the best way,
Is in the middle?
get you in the middle and see, we got the TV cameras on you. You know, we want to make sure everybody gets a good appearance on this whole thing. Let me just say, as the mayor, I am really honored and pleased that you've accepted the office of chief of police. We've had a great run of chiefs here for a number of years, and you're just going to fall right into that and do, I think, some significant enhancements to the job. I've always been supportive of everything you do, because generally, if you come and see me and you got some problem, you got it all laid out and you know exactly what it is, and you know who the bad guy is and who the good person is, and there's no second guessing anything that you're doing. So I really am very pleased that I think we're going to have some very enlightened and progressive administration of the Batavia Police Department under your leadership. So if you would so raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Sean R. Mazza,
I, Sean R. Mazza,
having been appointed
having been appointed
to the position of Chief of Police
to be appointed to the position of Chief of Police
on September 6th,
on September 6,
2022,
2022,
to be effective September 12th, 2022,
to be effective September 12, 2022,
with the Batavia Police Department
with the Batavia Police Department
in the city of Batavia,
in the city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and will faithfully discharge the duties
of Chief of Police
of Chief of Police
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
I won't take up too much more time. We have some more oaths of office coming here, but Mayor, you're right about, I have all the answers, but it's because of the other men and women that work for our department. And this is a team effort surrounded by great team leadership, and that's why we're so successful here. And looking forward, humbled and honored to have this position, but looking forward to continuing the tradition here at the Batavia Police Department. And I just want to real quickly recognize a few people who played a pretty significant role. I'd like to first recognize Chief Dennis Anderson, who actually hired me back in 1999. So I think I might have been your first hire, Chief, so thank you. I'd like to also recognize Chief Gary Shira, who was here for a significant portion of my career, and as I came up through the ranks, the sergeant ranks, and he was always somebody that I could bounce ideas off of, and again, thank you, Chief. And then Chief Daniel, who was actually my field training officer. So he basically mentored and tutored me all the way up until the point where we stand here today. So keep your phone number the same, please, because I'll probably be giving you a call. But there's so many other faces and people here that, whether they're from my past personal life or just from my career, and without the support of each and every one of you, I would not be able to stand here today. So again, looking forward to all of the positive things that we're going to do here in Batavia, and all the kudos go out to all of our officers who really do the day-to-day work, and just fantastic human beings. So we're going to continue policing and treating people with dignity and respect in this community, and again, looking forward to the challenges. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. So the next one to come up is an oath of office to Michael Johnson to be Deputy Police Chief.
Mike Johnson was recently selected to be announced to fill an upcoming vacancy within the police deputy chief ranks. The vacancy will be created by the retirement of Chief Dan Ewell and subsequent promotion of Deputy Chief Sean Mazza to the position of chief. Deputy Chief Johnson's promotion will be effective as of Monday, September 12th, 2022. Mike joined the Batavia Police Department in 1992 after serving as a military police officer in the U.S. Army from 1986 to 1989 while stationed in West Germany. Mike is a graduate of Sycamore High School and attended Kishwaukee College, where he achieved an associate's degree in law enforcement. Since joining the department, he has served in a variety of roles, including patrol officer in charge, patrol sergeant, administrative sergeant, field training supervisor, and patrol watch commander. Deputy Chief Johnson's personal awards include a life-saving award in 2011 for his quick actions in forcing entry into a home where a despondent subject was found semi-conscious, sitting inside of an idling vehicle inside of a closed garage. In 2006, he was an honorable mention for the Officer of the Year award. He has received several other letters of recognition throughout his 30-plus year career. Deputy Chief Johnson will oversee the investigations and records section as a part of his responsibilities as Deputy Chief of Administration.
Thank you. Some family you want to bring up? Please. I got the real one here, so. All right, well, I want to tell a story about this guy, too. For some reason, he has a big passion in his heart, I think, for Christmas. And as you know, the city of Batavia every year, under Jeannie Bailey's leadership, we go out and get a whole bunch of donations of Christmas presents for children. And then there is a committee put together that decides who needs to have Christmas presents because of financial situations in their family. And so we've done this now for a number of years, very, very, very successfully. But as time marched on here, we suddenly found that we couldn't just invite the people that we had chosen. We had gate crashers starting to show up at the toy distribution. And so we needed a diplomatic police officer, I guess I would call him. And Chief Johnson rose to that position very quickly. And this has gotten to be so extreme at the moment that there's one woman in town, I'm not going to name her, but she every year qualifies for the distribution. But the bigger part of this is that she comes early so she can get out of her car and have the Chief Johnson now and myself stand next to her and have an annual picture taken. And she's got all these pictures, I think, on the wall in her apartment. So you have your own fan club here. So I just thought I'd share that because I think it speaks well for kind of what's going on here on a good side. You hear so much negativity these days about police, and we really do have some great people working here. So I'm heartened by the things that go forth. So Chief, if you'd raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Michael Johnson,
having been appointed
to
the position of Deputy Chief
the position of Deputy Chief
on September 6, 2022,
September 6, 2022,
to be effective September 12, 2022,
to be effective September 12, 2022,
with the Batavia Police Department
with the Batavia Police Department
in the city of Batavia,
in the city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of Deputy Chief
of Deputy Chief
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate the mayor's kind words, but 30-plus years, I have worked for a great department, a great city, and a great community. So it's been my pleasure and privilege to work for the city of Batavia and this community. My son, Bloomingdale police officer, lives in town, raising our granddaughters, so I'm going to make sure it stays a great community. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And now we have an opening that we have to fill, right?
Exactly. All right, ready to move on to the next item on the agenda? Brian Lorden was selected earlier this evening by the Batavia Board of Fire and Police Commissioners to fill an upcoming vacancy within the police sergeant's rank. The vacancy will be created by the retirement of Chief Dan Ewell and subsequent promotion of Mike Johnson to the position of Deputy Chief. Sergeant Lorden's promotion will be effective as of Monday, September 12, 2022. Brian joined the Batavia Police Department in 2012. He is a native Batavian and 2007 graduate of Batavia High School. Brian earned a Bachelor of Science degree from Illinois State University. Since joining the department, he has held a variety of roles, including patrol officer, investigator with the Kane County DEA Heroin Task Force, inspector with North Central Narcotics Task Force, and patrol officer in charge. Sergeant Lorden's personal awards include certificates of recognition from the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists for his efforts in combating drunk driving in Kane County in 2015 and 2016. In 2013, he was a nominee for the Officer of the Year Award. He is also one of our crisis intervention team trained officers, as well as department trainer on defensive tactics and use of force. Sergeant Lorden will be assigned to supervise the midnight shift in the department's patrol division.
Sergeant, you step forward. Come on up, this is a great moment. We all have smiles on our face. Congratulations. Okay, Sergeant, if you would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Brian Lorden,
having been appointed
having been appointed
to the position of sergeant
to the position of sergeant
on September 6, 2022,
on September 6, 2022,
effective September 12, 2022,
effective September 12, 2022,
with the Batavia Police Department
with the Batavia Police Department
in the city of Batavia,
in the city of Batavia,
in the counties of Kane and DuPage,
the counties of Kane and DuPage,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of sergeant to the best of my ability.
of sergeant to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Now we should pause for just a minute for if people want to.
Okay. Yeah, it's been suggested that we take a couple minute time out here to allow all the folks that have been here for the swearing ins to leave quietly. Hey, Linda. Linda, come take it first. We'll arrest some people. All right, moving to item 11 on the agenda is the Batavia Community Band's Fall Events. And we have Linda Shelke here to tell us about this.
Good evening. A couple of things before I start talking about the band. I would just like to thank the wives of all of those officers that were just sworn in, who keep the home fires burning and the kids growing strong while dads are really busy. So yay for the women, too. While we have retired Alderman Marty Callahan in the crowd with us tonight, I am going to just speak a moment to the Flag Day Monument Project, which is moving along very nicely. But you'll notice that some of us have brand new lapel pins on tonight. This is the newest fundraiser for the monument. So for $10, you too can be wearing one of these really nice enamel pins that says Flag Day Every Day, Batavia, Illinois. And this will be something that will be on sale on our website, which is flagdaymonument.com. No doubt we will have them for sale in other places around town too. Probably at Batavia Enterprises and maybe Library, Historical Museum, all that sort of thing too. But we're hoping that lots of people will. How many of these we have, Marty? 1,000. We have a lot. So we'd love to have everyone wearing these in town. Again, our mantra and the mantra of Dr. Segrand, our Batavia dentist for decades, for whom we are dedicating this beautiful Flag Day monument. That Flag Day is just not June 14th. Flag Day is every day. So thank you if you can help us with that. We also have beautiful challenge coins. How many of you have seen our challenge coins with the Flag Day monument on it? It's gorgeous too. So anyway, it would be a delightful Christmas present for someone on your list to buy a brick in their name this year for Christmas, or to get them a challenge coin or a Monument Flag Day lapel pin. So thank you for that little promo. These are $10, and see Marty after the meeting. Now I'll talk for just a moment on another hat that I wear in town. I am manager of the Batavia Community Band. In October of 2013, Mr. John Heath, who was then the retiring band director of Batavia High School, and I had a very fateful lunch where we decided that the community needed a nice band to kind of be the backdrop for a lot of our community events. So in the Celebration of Lights in November of 2013 was our first concert. So you can do the math and realize that for 9 years our band has been providing music to the community. And a couple of years ago, besides just the backdrop for the city events like Memorial Day, Veterans Day, Flag Day, 4th of July, Celebration of Lights, that it would be nice if 1 or 2 times a year the band could just play at the Pegmont Center here on the Riverwalk, so that we could play music other than patriotic and Christmas. We have about 40 active members in the band who come from all over the Fox Valley area, all ages, all backgrounds. Some had not picked up their instrument for decades. Many have just come out of college and still want to keep their chops active and have joined the band. We have actually one person who, unfortunately, his high school schedule this year did not allow him to be in the band. And so he's coming here in the evenings to get his instrument fixed. So we're real glad that the band offers sort of a bucket list option for a lot of people who had always wanted to come back and play in a band that they fondly remember from high school and college. So anyway, this year we are, for the first time, putting on 2 Riverwalk concerts. Both are on Sunday afternoons, one on September 11th at 3 o'clock, right here at the Pegmont Center, and the other one on October 2nd, also at 3 o'clock. You might imagine the September 11th Patriots Day concert will have some beautiful patriotic music with it, and the October 2nd concert will have some polkas. So we'll be bringing a bit of the fall Oktoberfest flavor. So we'd like to invite you and your families and the entire community to come out. Bring your lawn chairs, your blankets, just settle down for a nice afternoon of music on the river. And I think that we've done this 2 times before now, and our turnout has been good. But we hope it'll get stronger this year too. Hopefully people will have some Sunday afternoon time to come share with us. We're always looking for new members, and you can go to our website. We're actually under the umbrella of the city. So if you go to cityofbatavia.net/community-band, you'll find out more information, or you can just email us at bataviacommunityband@gmail.com. Wonderful music from really dedicated instrumentalists who do this all for free and really enjoy it. Many of my band members have told me it's the one thing they do each week for themselves. So for that, if nothing else, it's great to have a band in town. So if any of you are instrumentalists and when the day comes you're not quite so busy, we'd love to have you join us. Any questions anyone might have?
What time is the concerts?
They're both at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, okay.
Sunday, September 11th, and Sunday, October 2nd, both at 3 o'clock.
Thank you.
If rain should kind of be in the way, we would just do the concert here in the chambers and people can listen from wherever they can find a place to stand. Thank you very much to all of you for allowing me to share this information. Appreciate it.
Thank you. We are very blessed in this town to have the community band. That I've had a number of people tell me over the past few years that it's been around that it really has made a difference and won a lot of heartstrings for the great stuff it does to bring back memories and pay tribute to various groups, and so we're very, very fortunate. I guess I'm looking at my agenda here, and Vic Dietz, were you planning to speak tonight?
No, Mr. Salvatierra is going to speak for us.
Is he on?
For the chamber.
Oh, he's going to be as part of the, okay, I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure they got to talk, and I didn't see him on the, well, leave it to Margaret, I knew she'd save me.
When you think you make a mistake, you don't make a mistake, Mayor. Thank you for having me this evening. Good evening, everyone. I want to mention that Linda Schulke, being the manager of the Batavia Community Band, is also the winner of the 2022 Batavia Spirit Award from the Chamber, because they are such a gem of Batavia. They make Batavia such a wonderful place to live and really are a symbol of our great town. So I wanted to give that shout out to you, Linda. We have another award winner coming up this month. It is our Donna Dale Sassy Award that the Chamber gives each year for the Chamber Member of the Year that represents the mission and vision and the dedication to our community from the Chamber. We're proud to say it's Mary Ann Callahan, who is the wife of retired Alderman Marty Callahan. Mary Ann has been a very active, dedicated member, doing great things in our community, working with the Batavia's counselors' collaboration, and trying to help out in many ways. So she has really stepped up, and we want to honor her in Donna Dallasassy's memory. So come join us at Harvest Celebration at 6 o'clock on September 21st. That's where we will give Mary Ann the award. It'll be a great evening where we celebrate Chamber milestones too. So it will be at Oscar Swan, and registration is on our website. It's a very, very fun event, so I encourage you all to come. I want to give an update on the Grow Your Business Scholarship Program that the Chamber launched this year. We have 2 great applicants, or actually 5 great applicants, and 2 winners that we're very proud to give our $10,000 scholarships to. The Tea Tree, which is on River Street, and House of 423, the clothing store on Wilson, were selected out of 5. We had many applicants, but 5 finalists. So we're very happy to say that we are giving them that $10,000 worth of consultation that will help propel their business to the next level. So it's been a great success. The other applicants that applied, we're very thrilled to be part of the project, and will benefit from Harriet Parker and the Small Business Development Center to help them get ready so they can reapply next year. So good program. We're very happy about that. I want to welcome the businesses that joined the Chamber this past month: Proactive Human Resources, Bill Foster for Congress, Precisely Practical, Voight Business Law, Your Hometown Handyman, Bliss Creek Golf Course, and Pyle Consulting Group. For more information about these businesses, go to our directory on the website to check them out. We're excited to announce that Chamber of Commerce Week is the week of September 11th through the 17th. So the Chamber has many wonderful events going on that week. We have 3 ribbon cuttings, a coffee and commerce event, and also invite you to go out to lunch with the Chamber staff at Oak and Swine on September 16th. During that week, stop by the office and bring your business card to be entered into a raffle. Everybody who comes in will be entered into the grand prize raffle. The first 25 get a swag bag, and then we'll have Chamber bucks as a surprise for some of those swag bags. So stop in. The Chamber always has a full calendar. We have many ribbon cuttings, keeping the mayor very busy. We had a great one today for Red Hive Market's expansion. We have our not-for-profit forum being held tomorrow at the Homestead in person at 8 a.m. We have a virtual town hall with State Senator Don DeWitt on Tuesday, September 8th from 9 to 9:30. If you'd like to register, you could do that on the website. We have our Batavia Women in Business after-hours networking at Aqua Viva at 4:30 to 6:30 on Thursday, September 8th. We are spotlighting Anderson Humane, and we'll be collecting items for their animals. We have a ribbon cutting for Louis Angelo's Pizza at 909 East Wilson Street, Tuesday, September 13th at 4:30. And then immediately following, we're celebrating the Mahoney Creek Tributary Improvement at 5:30 with the city. Wednesday, September 14th is our Coffee and Commerce being held at BMO Harris. This is a new event. You don't need to, there's no cost. Register on our website and do some morning networking. We have a ribbon cutting for Maris, Batavia, on Thursday, September 15th. I think the time is 4 o'clock. Friday, September 16th is our Out to Lunch with the Batavia Chamber at Oak and Swine. Wednesday, September 21st, like I mentioned, is Harvest Celebration. Thursday, September 22nd, we have a ribbon cutting at 10 a.m. with the Executive Geek. It will be hosted at our chamber building, 106 West Wilson. And then we have a multi-chamber speed networking bingo on September 27th at 11:30. We are in the works of working on the ribbon cutting for Slumberland Batavia, so pay attention, look at our website and our Facebook for that. We'll be announcing that one soon. Our chamber website is bataviachamber.org. You can text us at 478-CHAMBER. That was it. Does anybody have any questions for me before I introduce my guest? Okay, great. I would like to now introduce the Executive Director from Valley Sheltered Workshop, Hugo. Do you want to come up, Hugo? Valley Sheltered Workshop is a special organization in our town. I think many of you know what it is, but I wanted the new Executive Director to be able to address you tonight. Thanks.
Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Mayor and alderpersons, for allowing me to be here and share with you. My name's Hugo. I'm honored to serve as the new Executive Director of Valley Sheltered Workshop here in Batavia. We are one of the gems of Batavia. For those that are not familiar and those that are familiar, Valley Sheltered Workshop is a very unique non-for-profit that partners with businesses in the community, that brings in resources and many resources that are not usually available to adults with disabilities. Many challenges that faces families that have children and adult children with disabilities is how to serve their needs and how to make them feel a part of the community. And what we do is we go out and we partner with local businesses and regional businesses to bring some of those into our safe environment and allow them to participate in that work atmosphere. We do that very well, better than anybody else. We've been doing it since 1966 here in Batavia. We are supported by the Batavia community. We're one of the only sheltered workshops that do not rely on state or federal funding, which makes us very reliant on the Batavia community. And since I've been here as the Executive Director, I have found out that these special relationships that we have with all the amazing organizations that Batavia has, from the Chambers to Rotary to the Kiwanis to many more, are what keeps us up and going. Since I've been here since early this year, we started opening our doors once a month to invite the community. The last Friday of every month, we invite everybody to come over and share lunch with us. It's a unique opportunity. What I did is I asked the participants within our facility, what do you want to do? What's the best way to show people what we do? And they're like, open the doors. Invite people in, see what we do, and let's share lunch with them. And that's what we do. The last Friday of every month, we open our doors. The whole community is invited. It's on the Chamber's website, on their calendar, as one of their events. And from 11:30 to 1:30 every last Friday of the month, we invite you to have lunch with us. For the first hour and the second hour, we have bingo. You can win, if you're lucky enough, you can win some prizes. I have not won one since, but please come and visit. We'll be having our next event. It'll be September 30th. And then in October, we're going to be having our annual pig roast. If you've been in Batavia, you're familiar with our annual pig roast. I have flyers here to pass out for you for those. That'll be October 22nd. Our annual pig roast is a drive-through pig roast fundraiser that we're really relying on. We're also going to have a 50-50 raffle that everybody can participate. We'll be selling those at. You could join us at our community days in September to purchase those tickets. We'll have those, our board members and family members will be having those to sell too. Trust me, I'll find out where everybody's at, and I'll come and visit you to sell some of those tickets too. Pretty much what I have. Any questions?
Well, I would just like to say that it's been my honor to work with you since he arrived here. I think I was up there within a few days of your arrival. And he is one that really is hands-on and really is one that is really about the organization and making it a better organization. And I've seen some nice things happen up there under his leadership. And I'm very pleased that he's there. And Vic Dietz, who is a former member of this group, is now, I believe, president of your board. And Vic is doing a very nice job of kind of taking things and helping you go in the right directions. And I think you made the Valley Shorter Workshop is probably at an all-time high now as far as things that are going in a positive way and people that are very strongly being helped in a variety of ways, including, emotional support and work support and understanding one another. There's just some great things happening there. So I would describe your organization under your leadership as a real blessing on our street in Batavia to have that on Main Street and in our downtown. So I thank you for all you continue to do and all the things that you've already done to make that a stronger and better organization.
Thank you, Mayor. And I look forward to partnering with everybody. We're looking forward to partner with every organization, every business, every nonprofit, and bring us more into community. And the way you serve the most vulnerable in the community is you do it as a community. So thank you.
Thank you. And thank the Chamber for bringing you along. I had me hit a wall there. I couldn't figure out where it fit in, but it all came together very nicely.
Mayor, I'm going to step out for the next two.
Pardon?
I'm going to step out.
Okay. The next one is item 13, which is approval of a Class A liquor license for Geneva Winery LLC, located at 5 to 9 North River Street in Batavia. Who's got this one? Alderman Chanzit?
Thank you, Your Honor. The Batavia Police Department conducted an investigation and a background check to determine whether the Geneva Winery LLC, to be located at 5 through 7 North River Street, and the owner, manager, Brent Kopstead, might be suitable to receive a liquor license. All the documents were submitted, and the business found to have no problems, which would preclude them from having such a license. So I would move that we approve this Class A liquor license for the Geneva Winery LLC.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Chanzit, second by Alderman Wolf, for the approval of the Class A liquor license for Geneva Winery LLC to be located at 5 to 9 North River Street in Batavia. Any discussion?
Is the applicant available?
Pardon?
Applicant available tonight?
I don't know if they're here or not. Is the applicant for this here?
No.
No? Okay. There's no further discussion. The clerk call the roll.
Chanzit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Solfa.
Aye.
Barron.
Aye.
Lehman.
Aye.
Ayazi.
Aye.
Malay.
Aye.
Ewer.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
Vogelsinger.
Aye.
Rosado.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
12 yes, no, 2 absent.
Motion is approved by a vote of 12 yes, no nos, 2 absent. All right, moving then to item 14, which is approval of a Class G special use permit liquor license application for the Batavia Park District for the 2022 Prince on the Pond Brew Fest to be held at 151 North Island Avenue on September 24th, 2022. You got this one, Alderman Chanson?
I do indeed. This one is for a Class G special use permit. It's for a special event that's coming up at the end of the month on 151 North Island Avenue. Parks District has Bassett certified representatives providing oversight for each of the different vendors. It's quite a large host of vendors that will be there. I would move that we approve this Class G special use permit.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Chanzit, second by Alderman Wolf for the approval of the Class G special use permit liquor license application for the Batavia Park District for the 2022 Prince on the Pond Brew Fest to be held 151 North Island Avenue on September 24th. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Transit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Solfa.
Aye.
Barron. Aye. Lehman. Ayazi.
Aye.
Malay.
Aye.
Ewer.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
Vogelsinger.
Aye.
Rosado.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
12 yes, no, 2 absent.
Motion's approved, 12 yes, no no's, 2 absent. Let the record reflect that Alderman Beck has returned to the meeting. And moving then to item 15, which is a motion, approve sale of excess land at the northwest corner of Batavia Avenue and Wilson Street. This, according to the agenda, requires a 2/3 vote.
Yes, you're
Alderman Wolf, do you have this?
Yes, I do. This is another one of our, seems like never-ending requests to sell all the excess little pieces of property that the city owns, and this one happens to be up at Batavia Avenue and Wilson Street. And this property will be being sold for an amount of $5,848 to Batavia Commercial Real Estate, 141st Street in Batavia, which is the current property owner that's at that corner that is adjacent to this property.
Okay.
So if anybody have any questions on this? If not, I'll make the motion that we approve the sale of the excess land at the northwest corner of Batavia Avenue and Wilson Street.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Wolf, second by Alderman Solfa, for the approval of the sale of the excess land at the northwest corner of Batavia Avenue and Wilson Street. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Wolf.
Aye.
Solfa.
Aye.
Barron. Aye. Lehman. Aye. Ayazi.
Aye.
Malay.
Aye.
Ewer.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
Vogelsinger.
Aye.
Rosado.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Transit.
Motion's approved. 13 yes, 1 no-nos, 1 absent.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, moving then to item 16, which is Resolution 22-086-R, authorizing the execution of a contract with Light Construction Incorporated for the Batavia Government Center at 2022 interior and exterior remodeling project. Who's got this one?
I do,
Alderman Chanzit?
I do, Your Honor. In late 2021, the council did approve a contract with Allen Peppa Architects to develop drawings for improvements to City Hall. A host of improvements that we discussed extensively at the committee meeting. Improvements to the stairs, improvements to multiple floors, and items that are sorely needed. So I would move that we approve this construction project and an execution of a contract with Light Construction for improvements to our government center.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Chanzit, second by Alderman Beck for the approval of the contract with Life Construction for the Batavia Government Center. Any further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Transit.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Solfa.
Aye.
Barron. Aye. Lehman. Aye. Ayazi.
Aye.
Malay.
Aye.
Ewer.
Aye.
Saron.
Aye.
Vogelsinger.
Aye.
Rosado.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Motion's approved, 12 yes, 13 yes, no nos, 1 absent. Okay,
Your Honor, before we move on to that, I have one more thing we need to do on that piece of business we just went over. I have here in front of me a proclamation that was probably started in somewhere between 1967 and 1981. And now Dan will, being the author of this proclamation, he's going to read it, because I don't know if I can get through it, so he's going to read it. And then we're going to do a fun thing tonight.
okay.
Something that, one of the only things you don't know about in this town.
That's dangerous.
I know, it is.
Kudos to city staff and to council for keeping this one under wraps. We did not have any leaks. A proclamation. Whereas Jeffrey D. Shelkey was elected to the Batavia City Council on May 4th, 1981, becoming the youngest mayor in Batavia's history at age 32. And whereas after winning a historic 11th term to the 2021 consolidated election, Mayor Shelkey became the second longest-serving mayor in the state of Illinois and the 11th longest-serving mayor in the United States. And whereas during his 41-year tenure, Mayor Schilke has served his beloved hometown with high honor and distinction, having provided leadership and guidance during a period of unprecedented growth and prosperity. And whereas Mayor Schilke, a 1967 graduate of Batavia High School, has an extensive municipal resume and record of volunteerism, including service as a former Batavia Auxiliary Police Officer, a former paid-on-call Batavia firefighter, a Batavia Fire Department volunteer photographer, former president of the Batavia Historical Society, Batavia Chamber of Commerce 2004 Citizen of the Year, former chairman of the Duquesne Council of Governments, co-author of John Gustafson Historic Batavia, and whereas Mayor Schilke has represented the city of Batavia in service on many regional boards, commissions, including the PACE Bus Board, and as chairman of the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning's Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus. And whereas Mayor Schilke is generous with his time and is often found at civic events, including festivals, ribbon cuttings, special anniversaries, funerals, and Eagle Scout Award ceremonies. He's often found spotted around town, pulling weeds from sidewalks and removing spider webs from underneath the Wilson Street Bridge in a three-piece suit. Whereas to his elected fellow officials, Mayor Schilke is widely regarded as an able mentor, having navigated the often murky waters of public office for so many years. And whereas Mayor Schilke has supported the city's hardworking staff by sharing his wisdom and providing good advice while recognizing and respecting each employee for their service to our community. And whereas given Mayor Schilke's extensive experience and ongoing dedication, there's likely no other person who has spent more hours in service to the citizens of Batavia at this government center. Now, therefore, we, the 14 elected alderpersons of the city, Batavia City Council, do hereby proclaim that the government office is located at 100 North Island Avenue in the city of Batavia, Illinois, County of Kane, shall henceforth be known as the Jeffrey D. Schilke Government Center. Your Honor, Mayor Pro Tem, I would move that we approve the proclamation as read.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? This is a ceremonial vote. I would ask the clerk to call the roll.
Wolf.
Aye.
Solfa.
Aye.
Barron.
Aye.
Lehman.
Aye.
Ayazi.
Aye.
Malay.
Aye.
Ewer.
Aye.
Cerrone.
Aye.
Vogelsinger.
Aye.
Miller. Rosado.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Chanzit.
Aye.
13 yes, no, 1 absent. Mayor Pro Tem.
Well, somebody had to do a lot of work to pull this off.
I will give a lot of credit to Dan and to staff and to the other members of the city council that we didn't somehow leak it, blow it out. I mean, as much stuff gets leaked in the media world today, the fact that we were able to keep this under wraps is just, to me, amazing. And I think in my mind, I thought about, what am I going to say tonight? And there's a few things that stick out in my mind. The entire time that I've been on the city council, somehow you, Mayor, have been able to guide 14 of us in a direction forward and in a way that didn't allow us to have much of any infighting, much of any disagreement other than respectful disagreement, where we all knew from the beginning that under your leadership, we could say what we wanted to say, we could say what we felt, and we would be listened to by the other people in the council. And we would, in my case, learn to listen to other people. And that's something that I think is extremely lacking in this world. And somehow, over the last 41 years, you've been able to do it with probably 100 people here. I mean, I'd have to look at the exact number, and you probably know it. That the amount of people that have been up here and the extreme wide variety of people that have been serving on the city council and have been staff members and have been employees, that somehow you've been able, even through the little small things, pulling weeds or, you live Batavia. And the easiest way for me to describe you would be you are Batavia. And everything that you do, I could try to name something that isn't about Batavia with you, and it really isn't. There isn't much that I can think of, and that would be, even though she's in Batavia, would be your wife would be about the only other thing that you care about as much as this town. And I really admire that.
Please accept this.
You didn't give me a chance even to put together a speech in my head. I thank you for the honor. Are you going to put some kind of a sign on the building or something? Is that...
Big letters. They're going to be real expensive too.
You know that raise you thought you were getting for your next term? Not happening.
Well, thank you. I guess it's funny that this happened tonight because I was on the phone with a guy I graduated from high school with 55 years ago today, and he was talking about my role here in Batavia, and he could remember back in high school, and he made the mention that he thought that I would never leave this town, but I would make the town a better place than what it was when I was growing up here. And I will tell you that, in fact, we're going to do one on the 17th out at the high school. They're going to have a kind of an all-school reunion on the Saturday the 17th, and we're putting together a program of Batavia High School. And what's interesting is that the class of 66 was the last class to graduate from the old high school before it was turned into the junior high. And the class of 67, of which I was a member, was the first class that went and took their senior year at the new building. So you've got these two classes, and 66 wasn't able to have a reunion last year, so we're having a combined reunion down at Funway on the night of the 17th. But during the day, the Batavia High School Alumni Association has asked that we put together some kind of a program of things that are really unique about Batavia High School. And I think we put together some pretty good ideas of stuff that, and I'd encourage anybody that wants to, I think there's 690 seats in that auditorium out there, and I don't think we'll get anywhere near that number of people, but there's some, if you went to Batavia High School or you're interested or you have family members that go there, I think it will be a good experience for you to really learn some Bataviaisms of things that have really, really helped Batavia. And there's some stuff that we really kind of would squint our eyes at if we thought too much about it. There's been two times since the new high school's been built that it was either struck by a bad tornado or it was in line to be hit by a tornado, and the tornado just west of town veered off to the south and went down and hit Plainfields High School. Same tornado. And up in April 21st of 1967, Batavia was in its first year of school out there, and a series of tornadoes came through northeastern Illinois, and Belvedere had opened a brand new high school the same day Batavia did. And the Belvedere school got hit really bad. Kids were killed, 300 people injured. It was really a bad scene. And we got hit too, but not anywhere near as bad as they did. So we've had some very interesting coincidences and near misses and everything else. So Batavia's got a lot to be thankful for what we've got in the school system. And I just say that with an open heart because I look at all the people who have been able to go there and get out of there. And I like to think that the city has been a supportive partner to the school district in a lot of different ways to help make that school system as good as it is now recognized to be. So we've got some stuff that we should be very proud of. And I think probably most importantly is the sentiment and the culture that exists in this body, that all 14 of you come here, and I know sometimes you don't agree or you've got a passion for the different way, but at the end of the day, everybody realizes that the decision's the decision, and maybe if it doesn't work, it certainly would be eligible to be brought back up in a couple of years or whenever, when, it points out that what we did last time wasn't the right way to do it. But I think this council really is a form of government that a lot of people look at now, and I know other cities, I've had other mayors in here wanting to know about Batavia's government and how we do things. and how we make things work for the betterment of the community. And I told the story when the police were being promoted. We have that Christmas toy distribution program that the city council kind of inadvertently offers a lot of support to it because we pay for some police to go out there and oversee it and everything else. But we just have a whole bunch of folks that I don't know what their life would be if they didn't have the memory of that toy distribution thing and the toys that have been brought to kids in this town that wouldn't have anything had we not done that. And the fact that we're able to open ourselves up and look and see where is the problematic problems in Batavia, I think we do that in a pretty good way. And so we got a lot to be proud of here, and I'm very honored to be the mayor of this town for as many years as I have been. So thank you. Thank you. On with the meeting.
And if everybody can come over and see me after the meeting so we can sign the ceremonial one here.
Oh, there it is.
So then we can have this one so you can hang this in the Depot Museum East Wing.
Right.
In your basement.
That's at least a 1% raise in electric rates. Those are very, very big letters.
Okay, let's get on with business here. The administrator's report. Laura.
Well, I can tell you that over the past 6 years that I've worked for the city, we've seen, a lot of real challenges, but keeping this under wrap for the last week has been one of the biggest challenges of my career. To sit with you in my office every single one of those days, knowing what I knew and hoping that today would be the big surprise that it obviously has meant a lot, and there were a lot of people who participated in that. And I thank everyone very much for making this the special presentation that it was tonight for a very special man. Tonight, I'm happy to have a lot of good news about our community to share with you. I was just going to do the mic drop moment of Starbucks is open. And I saw it this morning. It was, they had both lanes going with traffic, and so it's very busy already. Also, the Slumberland Furniture that is out next to our Target store is now open. We have a permit for parking lot expansion at the Aldi headquarters. We have also issued the permit for construction for Mocha Coffee Shop. And the planning consultant who is doing our downtown plan is engaged in doing individual interviews with folks about that project. And we'll have a website that is being created for the community to interact on that project and provide us with information. Anthony has been very helpful in providing us with assistance in economic developments due to staff shortage in that area, including answering questions from other businesses that would like to come to our community, helping them with their space inquiries and then just general inquiries about doing business here in the city of Batavia. Gary Holm and Andrea Pedraza last week attended the American Public Works Association annual conference, and they both went to several educational courses, met with vendors and other professionals, and have come back with a lot of great information that we can use here in Batavia. Our electric crews are working to make preparations for the new Winding Creek development located at McKee Street and Deer Path Road. and contractors have begun working on our annual roadway resurfacing and sidewalk repair projects. Crews will be working throughout town over the next 4 to 6 weeks to try to complete these projects. We also have a public open house scheduled for Thursday, September 22nd, between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock p.m. here in City Council chambers to present the Main Street reconstruction project and solicit public comments and feedbacks on the design of that roadway. And we also will be having a Move with the Mayor event. This is a nationwide program where mayors encourage residents to get out and get a little exercise for their heart health and to prevent strokes. And we're very proud that Mayor Schilke has volunteered to do a historical walk around downtown Batavia on September 25th. That's a Sunday, and it will be at 9 o'clock a.m. And you can check the city website where we have a place for people to register. It's free to participate. We just want to know how many people to expect. So please register online and join us that day. You're going to learn things that you just never knew about your community, and they've been right there before your eyes all this time. You're going to walk away becoming your own expert on the history of Batavia, our special town. That's all I have, unless anybody has any questions for me. Thank you.
Committee reports. Community Development,
No report tonight, Your Honor.
Governmental Services.
And no report, Your Honor.
Make sure I'm not forgetting somebody here. Public Utilities.
No report, Your Honor.
City Services.
Yes, no report at this time, Your Honor.
Well, that was a quick one. We have other business. Okay. All right, the last thing, I guess, is for me to speak. I'm kind of speechless at the moment after what's just happened, but I do want to make mention that, as you already said in the proclamation, I'm now working toward year 42 in this job. And I've seen some things just recently that are, you have to ask yourself why. Right now, we've got 3 or 4, I think it changes on a day-to-day basis, new restaurants that want to move into Batavia. And they've all got pretty unique ideas about them. And one even went out there behind the Pride gas station and put a sign up about chicken salad chick. And we've been able to obtain a menu of that restaurant. They have some in Missouri. And it's a very impressive restaurant. I mean, the menu is very impressive. And so we also have one, I believe is changing on the Wilson Street Hill, which has been the noodle place there just to the west of Homesteads. And that's going to be a new type of restaurant offering, I don't want to say too much because they haven't made a public announcement on it, but I think that will get a lot of interest. And in talking to some other folks about what's happening here, everybody says, you know, one of the things that the city council has done in a very positive manner in the last few years is we've now approved and they've been built 6 senior living communities in this town. And if you try to add up the numbers now, that number in the 6 communities changes about every day. Somebody comes, moves in or dies or whatever have you. But it looks like there's about 2,200 people living in these senior living communities. And many of them have incomes and pensions and whatever. So I have talked to several of the restaurants that are now building in Batavia, and Culver's being one of them. When they came in and asked for a meeting to talk with Laura and I, the first thing out of their mouth was, can you confirm for us that you have 6 senior living communities in this town? And I said, I guess we do. And they responded that, well, we look upon ourselves as the senior citizen fast food restaurant of America because every day we offer 4 different types of soup and 5 different salads. And we are also the grandparents' restaurant because we offer all these grandparent items, but then we also offer hamburgers and french fries, so grandparents like to take their grandchildren to our restaurant to eat. So I think I'm seeing this same idea with some of these other folks that are arriving on the table here. There's going to be a big play to our senior living communities. And so I'll share more with you on this in the days ahead, but we really do have some interesting new things that are kind of popping into Batavia. So, and I just also want to just mention this thing that Laura talked about, this, excuse me, walking tour. That I'm going to try to keep it in the downtown area here, and what we're going to cover is what was the Challenge Windmill Factory, what was the Newton Wagon Factory, what was the Batavia Body Company, what was the U.S. Wind Engine and Pump Company, and what was the Appleton Manufacturing. And then we're going to go down and study the Shumway Foundry, because that has a very interesting sidebar to that story, as does when the Appleton was in here and it got bought by a company by the name of Dunbar Capel. And Dunbar Capel in the 1960s started up a division called DK Aerospace. And they were, I'm told, primarily they made surveyor belts for, or production belts for factories that, you know, you start building a car or a part, and the parts were on the conveyor systems that they built. So they had a lot of experience with rubber, and they were very big in building grain moving products onto ships and taking them off. And so in the late 1960s, the U.S. Space Administration showed up here, and I was told by the late Les Hodge, whose sons worked for the city for a number of years, that twice Werner von Braun came to Batavia and came in and sat in this room for multiple hours, and they looked at a thing called the flexible fuel line. And it was a fuel line that they wanted to make and put in the rocket so it would never break or leak or anything else. And supposedly von Braun said he had to have this component because without it, the whole moon landing could go to pot. And so when they went off to the moon and were successful and came back, the three astronauts wrote a book called First on the Moon. And in that book, it tells about the fuel line that was in that rocket was made in Batavia, Illinois. So we've got that very interesting story on a really an international presence. And then certainly down at the other end of the street at Shumway Foundry, they made for about 30 years the molds for the Academy Award. And so that was another big thing. And then, of course, probably one of the biggest movements we had was in 1871, we burned down the city of Chicago. And Batavia had already began to mine limestone to sell, because we had railroad tracks that ran right by we had some quarries on South River Street, and we had a quarry that went right by where the quarry is now. We had a railroad tracks by it. And so all of a sudden, Chicago was screaming they needed all the limestone they could get to rebuild the city in non-combustible materials. So the limestone movement went absolutely bonanza. So they started advertising in Norway and Sweden for workers to come to Batavia and make this big wage if they'd work in these quarries. And many of them did. And when they came over here, one of the things they did in 1872 is they formed two churches, the Covenant Church, which is now out on Main Street across from Batavia High School, and the Bethany Lutheran Church, which is over at Lincoln and Wilson. They were both founded in 1872 because of all these Norwegians and Swedes moving in, everybody with an S-O-N last name. And as a result of that, this past year I've given proclamations to both of those churches honoring the 150th birthday of themselves and the fact that they were created because all these Scandinavians came over here to work in the stone quarries. So we've really got some very interesting history that not many others have anything near this. And so that's what the story we're going to tell. It's a pretty interesting story to tell because it's not something we made up. It's all factual and can be documented. So I'm very pleased about it. And I would think, I've already had a couple of our restaurants ask about could somebody write up a little history about what happened on the block where my restaurant is, because, you know, right across the street here, you had this happen to it with the moon landing and everything else. So there's a lot of people that are kind of trying to put together other new ideas for, you know, taking advantage of this history story, which is all true and very, very part of the national historical advancement. So just to share that with you. Well, I guess I've talked enough tonight, so I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. So
I move that we adjourn.
moved by Alderman Wolf, second by Alderman Stofa. Clerk, take a voice vote.
All in favor?
Aye.